Welcome back. You're still tuned into Market Fatafat, a show where we discuss all the stocks that are buzzing in trade today, and market at the moment is extremely lackluster. So let's get started with all the individual stocks. On the technical side, we are now joined by Raj Deepak Singh, analyst derivatives at ICICI Direct, and on the research side, Kanishka and Rabinder are still with us. Raj Deepak, first if you can tell us, Dabur India, what do technicals suggest for this counter? You will have to unmute yourself, Raj.
Sorry. So what has happened with the Dabur is that after GST rate cut, what we have witnessed is more of a good upmove. And now after the Nepal crisis, it's more of a profit booking which we are witnessing. So most probably stock shouldn't move below 520, and current level provides another entry opportunity for the stock. And despite the recent profit booking from the F&O segment, we haven't seen any sort of stress short additions in the SMA. So what we believe that with the stop loss around 2 to 3%, one can look at buying once again for the target of 565 to 580 in the short term.
Right, moving on then from Dabur India to Star Health, which is in focus in the back of the fact that GI Council has backed Star Health, has assured policyholders that there will be no disruption. And the council slams the AHPI's the unilateral threat to suspend cashless services for Star Health. On the back of that, Star Health is in focus. It is absolutely flat right now, slipped into the red, trading with cuts of 0.08%.
Okay, so that's Star Health for you, but let's also put the spotlight on KRBL. In fact, the stock is down. In fact, at one point in time, the stock was down as much as 12%, although it has recovered a tad bit. And this is on the back of a big news piece that came in over the weekend, where Anil Kumar Chaudhary, independent director, has resigned. The stock is still sitting with a cut of nearly 9%. In fact, his resignation letter says that effective governance and true independent oversight are essential ingredients for safeguarding stakeholder interests, and he finds that the prevailing dynamics of the board to be inconsistent with these principles continues to hurt the stock. And this is the clarification that has come in, because of which the stock is sitting with a cut of nearly 9%. In fact, we have the management of KRBL now joining us, Mr. Anil Kumar Mittal, Chairman and Managing Director of KRBL. Mr. Mittal, thank you so much for taking your time out. The stock is out 9% on the back of this resignation letter that has come out from the independent director. If you can clarify that for us.
Ma'am, we know about his resignation, and we had independent directors meeting also, as well as the board meeting as well. And it is just about half an hour ago only it got finished. And we have taken a view that we should get everything got audited and vetted, whatever he has said. And I think so. Once it is vetted and when it is certified, then people will come to know what is correct and what is wrong.
Okay, Mr. Mittal, I wanted to ask follow-up questions. In fact, the resignation letter also says that there are inconsistencies in recording of minutes of the board, instances of information being withheld, impacting informed decision-making. Any clarification that you would like to give with respect to the meetings that have been conducted by the board, and what kind of problem that probably has been highlighted by the independent director that resigned?
According to ma'am, when a man becomes an hostile, then it will not be proper for me to answer any of the questions. The board consists of 4 independent directors. Out of one was Mr. Anil Chaudhary. So alone, what Anil Chaudhary is saying cannot be taken as a guarantee. So let the audit committee take its own course, and I think so the facts will come before you.
By how soon could this happen? By when will the company coming out with will the company be coming out with an official answer to this resignation letter?
But I tell you, ma'am, he has put about, I think so, 6 or 7 allegations. So out of those 7 allegations, the audit committee will take its time to audit at least 7-8 months or 1 year. I do not know how much time and how much period they will take to audit our books, to bring to your notice that whether the thing what Anil Chaudhary is saying right or wrong.
But sir, the stock is down 10% and Street clearly has taken cognizance, although
But I think so, in a time of 30 days we will be will be able to come out with the facts.
Understood. So in the next 30 days, but for now you're saying that audit committee will come up with the final answer probably in the next 30 days, and as of now you're
Not
clarifying.
audit committee, independent auditors, not audit committee.
Okay, independent auditors will come up in the next 30 days, and as of now you're clarifying that there is no problem and anything that has been cited in the letter is not true. Am I getting you correct?
Right, ma'am.
Correct.
Right.
Understood. Mr. Mittal, thank you so much for taking your time out and joining us here on ET Now and helping us with that clarification, especially on a day when the stock is plunged. In fact, at one point in time, as I mentioned, the stock was down 12%. It is still reeling under pressure. The stock is down 9.5% today. So that's the word coming in from the management of KRBL. Mr. Mittal, if you're still with us, if you can also tell us, I understand we have still spoken about the resignation, but apart from that, how is the demand shaping up in the domestic market, especially with the kind of turmoil that we are seeing in the global market, especially with respect to tariffs and exports, I believe, have been restricted. If you can tell us, what is the demand environment shaping up for you and for the industry?
Let me tell you, as far as domestic demand is concerned, it is good now and it is improving. New season has already started. I think so in next 1 week, 10 days, there is one crop, 1509. It will be in arrival in a big way, and Iran is one of the biggest buyer of that particular quality. So within a week, 10 days, both export orders will also start coming in, and export demand is already pushing up.
Mr. Mittal, since I was also talking about tariffs and domestic environment, I understand tariff has also impacted export of rice into the global market, especially because India exports rice to the world. What kind of impact has tariffs had on global market and the kind of exports India does to the US and other countries?
As far as the tariff is concerned, it is only a matter of concern for USA, where the tariffs are 50%. And no doubt the exports to USA has affected in a big way. And the total exports to Europe, to America, out of the total exports is around 4%. So that 4% is definitely affected. Otherwise, everywhere the demand is good and goods are regularly being exported.
That's as far as export is concerned, but I wanted to come back to the point that I was making with respect to the resignation letter. I understand that you've clarified that for us, but because the stock is down 9%, any kind of clarification that you would like to give to your shareholders?
Ma'am, this share will see, once such type of letter is being issued in the public domain, definitely the prices of the shares are bound to come down. But I'm quite hopeful it's a matter of a week or 10 days, they will come up. There is no problem.
Understood. We get that point. So there is no problem. This is the clarification that is coming from you, and perhaps the independent audit committee will come up with a final response to this. Thank you so much, Mr. Mittal, for taking your time out and joining us here on ET Now. Thank you so much today. Ankita, let's get going with other stocks that are in focus.
Well, absolutely. That was the management of KRBL on the clarification of the resignation of the independent director. The stock is tanking away in trade today. But let's talk about other stocks that are also in focus. Ravinder, you picked out Dr. Reddy's lab for us. Tell us why is Dr. Reddy's lab in focus today?
Well, yes, Dr. Reddy Lab is in focus, where US FDA completed pre-approval inspections at company's biological manufacturing facility in Hyderabad, and the inspection was conducted from September 4, 2025 to September 12, 2025, and US FDA had issued a Form 483 with 5 observation. So back of this Form 483 with 5 observation, Dr. Reddy is in focus, and the stock is down over 1%.
Okay, so that's Dr. Reddy's for you. The stock is down about 1% as we speak. But Kanishka, GMR Airports, what is the news here and what is the stock doing at the moment?
Absolutely. So GMR Airports is in focus after it came out with the passengers data over the weekend. It has reported a mix for August. The group handled about 93.49 lakh passengers. That's down about 3.5% on a year-on-year basis. The domestic traffic that stayed flat, while international that saw an uptick of about 3%. In fact, if we talk airport-wise, Hyderabad led with nearly 5% growth, followed by Goa's Manohar International that saw a growth of about 3.5%, but Delhi Airport that saw a sharp drop of more than 7%. That's the word that came from the company. It was hit by runway upgrades and airspace restrictions. Apart from that, year-to-date, GMR has managed 4.8 crore passengers. That's a marginal uptick of 0.5%. The traffic is expected to improve once Delhi's upgraded runway and Terminal 2 reopen in October. So that's the reason why GMR is in focus, up about 0.1% right now.
GMR Airports in focus in the back of that news flow, but Raj Deepak, you have picked out Alchem Labs for us. Tell us on Alchem Labs, what do you see on the charts? It has gained 3% in the last 5 days, some momentum seen there. What are you penciling in? What are the levels to watch out for Alchem Labs?
See, unlike most of the pharma names, this is where we don't see any type of short reactions. Even from the delivery perspective, we have seen. So what we have experienced in the last couple of weeks, perhaps it is likely to continue. And what we believe that till stock is holding above 5,400 odd levels, so there is a significant upside room. Is still with the name. Perhaps somewhere close to 56, 56.50 could be an immediate target for the stock.
Fatafat, where we are getting you all the buzzes in trade today. When Rabindra, you've picked out Yatharth Hospital for us. Tell us why is Yatharth in focus?
Well, as Yatharth is in focus, where company has entered into a strategic agreement to acquire 100% stake in Shantived Institute of Medical Science, Agra, at a valuation of rupees 260 crore in all cash deal. And the hospital was inaugurated in the February 2021. Shantived Hospital is a prominent multi-specialty healthcare provider catering to patients from Agra and the surrounding regions. Built across approximately 165 square feet, the hospital currently operates about 150 beds with an expandable capacity of 250 beds, and the hospital is NABH accredited, offers all major super specialties and empowered with major insurance and government schemes. Currently operating at an occupancy of approximately 35%. Shantived Hospital generates revenue of around 50 crore in FY25, and the facility will contribute meaningfully to the Yatharth Hospital top and bottom line from day one of the integration, and the group aims to multiply the acquired facility revenue and profitability by significantly improving occupancy and operational efficiency over the coming years. So back of this, Yatharth Hospital is in focus and the stock is up more than 3%.
Okay, so that's Yatharth Hospital for you, the stock in focus on the back of that. But let's also put the spotlight on some fertilizer names then. Kanishka, RCF is in focus, I believe, on the back of some news flow, and the stock is holding up with gains, marginal though, but holding up with gains of over 1% today.
Absolutely. So RCF is buzzing today because the company has kicked off commercial production at its new liquid carbon dioxide plant in Trombay. Now, the facility has a capacity of 100 metric tons per day, marking a strategic diversification beyond RCF's traditional fertilizer business. Analysts are also saying that the move highlights RCF's focus on growth and innovation, and stakeholders, the street is now going to watch how this expansion boosts earnings in the coming quarters for RCF, and hence the stock is in focus today, holding up, like you said, over 1% higher at this point.
All right, moving on to the next set of counters that is in focus. Voltas, Blue Star are in focus because the government has reopened the application window for the PLI scheme for white goods, ACs and LED lights. And remember, the application reopened for 30 days from 15th of September. And the application window is likely to remain open from 15th to 14th of October 2025. On the back of that, these counters like Voltas, Blue Star are in focus today. Voltas trading up 0.8%, and Blue Star is now trading with gains of 0.2% in trade.
Okay, so that's Voltas and Blue Star for you. But Raj Deepak, Havells on the technicals, what do charts suggest? I understand on fundamental side we have a positive news flow with respect to PLI scheme for these white good products. But technically, what do charts suggest for Havells?
See, stock hasn't done much in comparison to rest of its sectoral peers, and it has been finding it tough to move beyond 1600 levels for last few months, I can say that. At the same time, the short positions which we have seen in the name, they haven't been closed yet. So while we believe that since the stock is now, as of check last time, it is trading beyond 1600 and there is marginal closure among the call writers itself. So perhaps now this is the time when we might see a good up move in this name, and the stock is likely to give us a 6 to 7% quick returns. That is possible just because of the short covering.
All right, moving on then from Havels to Tata Tech. There's a news flow. We also have the management of Tata Tech on ET now. They've announced an agreement, an acquisition. Take us through the contours of that, Rabinder.
Well, yes, Tata Technologies is in focus on the back of their acquisition, where company has announced that it has entered into a definitive agreement to acquire 100% equity shares of ES Tech GmbH and its subsidiary for a total cash consideration of euro 75 million, and the consideration will be paid over next 2 years and includes performance-based earnouts, and the transaction is expected to be EPS accretive from the first full year of operation. And this acquisition marks a significant step forward in Tata Technologies' global growth strategy, reinforcing its commitment to delivering a future-ready engineering solution to automotive industry. And ES Tech established presence in Germany, one of the most advanced automotive innovation hubs, provides Tata Technologies with a strategic platform to scale its ER&D operation. So back of this acquisition, Tata Technologies is in focus, and the stock is up more than 1%.
Okay, so Tata Tech up more than 1%. PNB Housing Finance, this one is also holding on with gains of 0.5%. Raj Deepak at 834 is where the stock is currently trading. 850 on the annual, is it?
See, what has happened if you look at the NBFC name vis-a-vis the banking counterpart, and NBFC names have significantly outperformed, particularly the private sector names. And the family stock is seeing humongous short. There is a marginal short covering is going on in the PNB Housing Finance, and most probably it is likely to move towards 880 in the short term. As of now, we don't.
All right, Raj Deepak, Rabinder and Kanishka, all three of you, thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us. That was the last talk for the day. But remember, we caught up in an exclusive conversation with Anil Kumar Mittal, CMD KRBL, on the back of KRBL's independent director, Anil Kumar Chaudhary, is resigning from his post, citing governance issues. Let's go across to what the CMD had to say.
We know about his resignation, and we had independent directors meeting also, as well as the board meeting as well. And it is just about half an hour ago only it got finished. And we have taken a view that we should get everything got audited and vetted whatever he has said. And I think so. Once it is vetted and when it is certified, then people will come to know what is correct and what is wrong. According to ma'am, when a man becomes an hostile, then it will not be proper for me to answer any of the questions. The board consists of 4 independent directors. Out of one was Mr. Anil Chaudhary. So alone, what Anil Chaudhary is saying cannot be taken as a guarantee. So let the audit committee take its own course, and I think so the facts will come before you.
Right, that is the CMD of KRBL weighing in on the blow up on the stock and the resignation. But with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Market Fatafat. I will take a leave. Thank you so much for tuning in. And next up is closing trades.